Hey guys, Sean Lentz here from Appalachian DIY, and today what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually finally start getting to our sheathing for our roof. Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing today is we finally are able to do our sheathing. We have our fascia on here, we have our overhangs all set, so we just need to start sheathing the roof. Since this is such a steep angle, what we're going to do is we're going to put some blocking down here and nail it into place with some smooth shank nails. That way it's easy to tap off. That's going to allow us to bring that sheathing down and have it in the proper position. It's also going to really help us hold this in because I believe this is a 24-12 pitch. It's super steep. And holding this in place while we're trying to nail it is going to be pretty cumbersome. So having that blocking here is going to have it flush for our drip edge, and it's also going to help us hold it in place. So that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. So join along.
All right, guys, so this is what we did. We set up two ladders. My wife went up one and I went up the other. Now you also see these two blocks right here. We used those to help hold the sheets in place. We just nailed them in with smooth shank nails. That way they were easy to pull out, and it would help hold the sheeting up onto the roof. Now you'll see me here hitting these nails in. We did not drive the nails as according to zip sheeting specs. We overdrove the nails, which means as we sank them flush to the skin of the zip sheathing, because what we were going to do is we were going to tape and flash all of our nails. So we were breaking that barrier. However, we were going and fixing that back up. We did this because I didn't want any problems whatsoever with any leakage on any type of nail, even if it crimpled it a little bit. So here we're on the back side. This was a lot easier. The ladders were not as high, so it was pretty easy. You will see me grab a clamp here though. So we did all of our spacing with the metal brackets down below this ledge here. So the tops, they kind of got out of whack a little bit. So I measure on the sheathing to make sure that they are perfectly exactly where they need to be. This kind of helped us out as we got further up along to the ridge vent then.
All right, guys, there's one more thing that I wanted to go over with you guys, and that is how long we've had this exposed to the weather. As I'm shooting this right now, we're at the end of October. The drone shot I'm about to show you, I took in last year in November. So we're literally 2 weeks away from this roof being exposed for a whole year. That's a long time. Zip sheathing only recommends you for 180 days. If you do anything more than that, what you should be doing is having a house wrap over this to be able to be a sacrificial barrier. It's getting beaten down with sun, rain and stuff and all that, and I do kind of see some wear and tear on the actual sheathing itself, some of the flashing and tape and stuff. It's still holding up. We haven't had a single leak yet, which I am so impressed with this stuff. However, we took really extraordinary care in how we taped this stuff and flashed it, and I'm going to show you that right now. All right, so we have this piece of tape right here, and this is two joints, one piece and one piece coming together. Now, a lot of times guys will just go ahead and roll it straight over like this. We did that initially, and then we came back and we rolled the 1/2 of the board, because sometimes these don't always sit perfectly flush and one may be just raised up a little bit. Well, now you're not getting this entire surface completely smashed down. So what we did is we came back, we cut it in half, and we rolled 1/2, and then we came to the other side, rolled the other side. And then what we did is I took the very edge of this thing and I smashed the living crap out of the very edge of this, because let's face it, this is where all the water penetration is going to be, and it's going to start working its way under. So right here on the edge, we made sure that we got this. Now, a lot of times what you'll see, there's some ridges and stuff on this zip sheathing. If you press this down hard enough, you'll start to see those ridges come through. And you'll see them right here like this. I don't know if it's going to pick it up on the camera or not, but you'll see these ridges that are imprinted on here come up in the tape. That's when you know you have it right. Yes, they do have the Z's and stuff on here, and that's, you know, to make sure that you're pressing down hard enough. But once you see these ridges in here, let me tell you what, you got this thing smashed down just right. You can't roll too hard. You're not going to hurt the tape. You're not going to puncture through or anything like that. Make sure you roll this thing really good. We definitely did that for down here on these sections here. For these sections here that the water is sheeting down, we made sure that we really got in here and rolled this edge in. And like I said, all this water coming down off this roof, we haven't had a single leak yet. So let me take you here to these, try and get you in a little closer to the this is the liquid flash. We sent all of our nails completely flush or set them down in a little further than what they were supposed to be. You're supposed to be proud of this membrane on here, not to puncture it. However, we did, because I wanted to sink this stuff down in, and we wanted to overwinter this. We did, like I said, we did it in November of last year, so it went through all of winter, spring, summer. We're in fall right now, heading into winter again. Hopefully we can get it before winter. But all these flashing and stuff, we just put a little dollop in here, we schmutzed it around, and these have not leaked yet. I'm really impressed with it. So you can see that little dimple of the nail in there. That's it. All these other things are good. Haven't had a single issue at that. Right here is our edge. You can see here, no issues whatsoever. None of this has leaked. Now there is one thing that I want to show you up here. We left room for our ridge vent up here, okay? All we did was we cut some heavy mill plastic and we used roofing nails and nailed this down over. This is just to keep rain from coming into the inside, and this has worked so far. Now this is the second piece of plastic we had on here. This stuff got so brittle it started to break apart and rip up with the wind and stuff. So we ended up doing that probably about a month ago. So it lasted a long time. We did have them, like the nail heads on here. I don't have them anymore, but we did have these with liquid flash on top of here. However, for this little bit, we haven't. And with the nail pressing down onto the plastic, I haven't had any issues with it. So it's still good and watertight. But that's what we did to keep the roof vent here and have it waterproof so far. So like I said, we haven't had a single leak. We definitely are way past what this roof is supposed to be, but that just goes to show you how well zip sheathing is as a product. 365 days coming up on, and this roof is still performing, and it's pretty much doesn't have any protection on it other than what comes with the zip sheathing. So that's how important it is, guys, to make sure that you are putting the effort into rolling correctly. And if you're going to have this stuff out in the exposure long, go over your nail heads. It's not a big deal. It didn't take us all that much longer, and like I said, we had it out here for almost up to a year. It will be a year by the time we get our metal roofing on here. So I'm really impressed with this stuff. It is, you can kind of see it's starting to get a little bit of I don't know, maybe some mold and some scuff marks and, you know, whatever on it. I mean, you can see here it's starting to weather. It's not as bright as it used to be, but it's still performing. It's still waterproof, so it's doing pretty good. So yeah, guys, I'm really happy with this product. I'm glad we went with the zip sheathing. Definitely wouldn't have done anything else. So all right, guys, that wraps up this video. Sheeting this was pretty difficult with my wife and myself, but we managed to do it. A little extra time with the rolling and the flashing, but let me tell you what, it paid off in the end, especially if you guys want this out in the elements. This stuff really holds up. So I'm happy with the way it turned out, the way it looks and whatnot. It looks fantastic, and the performance is superior to none. I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and head over to Appalachian DIY for more videos. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you next time.